That's right.
What?
It doesn't have
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you
It
before.
doesn't have Masechta, and it doesn't, not only that, it doesn't have Sefer Tanakh, right? It doesn't have Megillah.
It's completely Masorah.
Right. So then that the reason is, and that's why the Maharal said.
Masorah is Or.
Yeah, and that's what the Maharal says. It's the Chanukah is the Yom Tov of.
Or.
Sorah?
It's not a Yom Tov.
Couldn't be written down, so it's Yom Tov of.
What did you say?
What you just said. Don't change it.
Go back.
Torah Shbal Peh. What did you say? Shbal Peh. Okay. Torah Shbal Peh. The Yom Tov of, because all the other Yom Tovim are in Tanakh. This is not in Tanakh, so therefore it's Yom Tov of Torah Shbal Peh. And the reason is, of course, because Reb Tzadok says historically this was at the beginning of the period of Torah Shbal Peh, right? Because this was at the beginning of the period of Tanoim. Purim was not quite the beginning of Torah Shbal Peh yet; it was still the time of Tanakh. But this is the beginning of Torah Shbal Peh, and therefore it's not supposed to be written down. It's not written down in the Mishnayos, it's except in an allusion a little bit, because it's the art of Torah Shbal Peh.
It's also.
Sorry.
It's also when Alexander the Great comes to conquer Yerushalayim, which is the beginning of the Greek Empire. He bows down to Shimon HaTzadik, who is the last person of Anshe Knesset Torah, the beginning of the whole Jewish cycle.
Right, which has also to do with this. But Reb Tzadok says an amazing thing. He says that that's all before Rabbi Yehuda HaNasi gave the heter to write down Torah Shbal Peh. Rabbi Yehuda HaNasi gave the license to write down the Oral Torah. Now, Reb Tzadok quotes, he doesn't go by name, but Reb Nosson Adler, the Chasam Sofer's Rebbe, held that the leniency of writing down the oral law is only because of people are more forgetful nowadays, and they might forget. So therefore, you write it down, right? In order not to forget things. So he himself, Reb Nosson Adler, would never write down anything because he didn't need it to remember. He had a tremendous memory. So he just wrote in like a little code, shorthand, in order to give himself pointers, but he wouldn't write down, lengthy pieces. In any event, Reb Tzadok argues with that. Reb Tzadok says it's not true. Tzadok says once Rabbi Yehuda HaNasi permitted writing Torah Shbal Peh down, now to write Torah Shbal Peh is part of the mitzvah of writing Torah. But until Rabbi Yehuda HaNasi, there was no mitzvah to write Torah Shbal Peh. It was awesome. But now it's a mitzvah to write Torah Shbal Peh. And it goes into the mitzvah deraisa of Kisvu Lechem Es Hashir Hazos, to write a Torah Shbal Peh.